Good morning. I'm Annabelle Fraser, and I'm the president of MIA-GLI and the editor-in-chief for The Wave.
I'm Helen Totten, and I am the treasurer of GLI. We also have Jessica Babcock here with us. Would you be able to tell us a bit about yourself, Jessica?
Sure. I'm the Reverend Dr. Jessica Babcock, and I run or am the priest at St. Mark's Episcopal Church here on the island, and that is the gorgeous white church that you see, the first church you see as you come onto Collier Boulevard and over the Jolly Bridge.
So, because female leadership positions are not common in the church traditionally, like you said.
Right.
Have you noticed or observed any differences in leadership style or just in general between you and your male counterparts in the church?
Sure. I am, and I'm going to have a hard time coming up with an example. Women are treated differently. And the way that I see that in church and all the churches, Episcopal churches that I've been in, is that we are asked to do things that men would never be asked to do, like attend all the women's meetings. A man would never do that. Bake a pie, we are often given, attaboy, kind of responses that you would never give a male pastor, because the attaboy is not just, oh, that was good. It's more of a, I'm surprised that you can do this, kind of attaboy. Yeah. So it's very different in how we're spoken to. Now, some of that goes away the longer that they know you and the more they trust you. So, yeah. Now, this is in Florida, where I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I'm from Alabama, so in the southeast, definitely a problem. As you go up into Michigan and into New York State and the northeast and the north, it's more typical to have a woman leading a congregation.
Really?
And probably less problems, I don't know, but I do think we're treated differently than our male counterparts, and I know we're paid less. And that's just something that with each generation, it gets better. Right.
How do you choose to navigate that?
You stay strong. And with this church, I have not. I've been really blessed. I have not even had to ask for one thing. They just say, here, we want to pay you more, because they love me. They want me to stay around.
Yeah.
But in other places, you really have to be strong and say, this is my value that I bring. This is the load that I carry and what I add. And you have to stay strong. Yeah. And ask for what you want. A lot of times women won't ask for what they need or what they want when their male counterpart is very bossy about it. So we have to be bossy yet kind. Bossy yet kind to get what you want. But you got to ask for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that in our previous interview with Casey Lucius, she actually kind of went into what you just talked about. She was talking about something with interviews or I believe it was internships at college. And she was like, people often don't realize that it was only the men that were asking for the paid internships and women didn't ask.
Right.
So that's why they, as women, I feel like we're often conditioned to, stay quiet and reserved and
not what we can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
But it's people that, like you and like her, that kind of push through that boundary, and that's very inspiring.
Right. And even like interviewing. Like women don't like to toot their own horn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I work with a clergy coach, and I would highly recommend this for anybody that's going to go into business, where you've got to be that strength, right? To get a business coach. And one of the things my coach taught me was how to tell people what I am really good at.
Yeah.
Right? Straight out. And I think women hold that back. We're more reserved. For whatever reason, but we've got to get over that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what do you believe are the benefits of including more women within religious leadership positions?
Oh, goodness. Well, women, in my book, and this is a gross generalization, okay, but I think that we are really good nurturers, and we're known for that. And sometimes men like that. Some men don't. But in this case, you have to be nurturing and loving, because your primary job is to care for people and to preach God's word. Those are the two things. If you do those two things, you'll do well in a church. even if you're a sloppy administrator, which I'm not. But yeah, no, I just think it's an amazing thing to be asked to do. I'm very lucky to be asked to do this job and have these people to lead. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming.
You're
I really
welcome. This has been
appreciate
fun.
it.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Of course. We are the Women of GLI, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.